But on Iran, I want to make clear the UK was not involved in the offensive strikes of the US and Israel, and that remains the case. As many of you will know,
folks, this is our Prime Minister last night going to the Muslim Iftar, big Iftar they call it, and he was making promises. Galvanizing support. Yeah, Prime Minister Keir Starmer receives a standing ovation of a nation from Muslims at big Iftar events after making peace pledge for Palestine. Wow, it makes sense now. I want to read you what this guy said. I want to play the full stuff that he mentioned while he was there. He made promises. Keir Starmer said, I'm not playing around with United States. I'm not with Israel, folks. I am with you. This is it's literally happening in our face, folks. He's making flipping. His allegiance is not longer hidden. He's made his allegiance public now. He went and he told them, listen, folks, I am not with United States. I am not with Israel. I'm not participating in Iran war. I am with you. And everybody made a clapping. He didn't say exactly as I'm putting it out here, but I want to play you the full speech of his. And you can see that people are clapping for him. People are happy for him. Well, obviously these guys are like, hey, they are happy because they're getting what they want. They are happy because Prime Minister Keir Starmer hasn't changed. So of course they are happy for him, and there's a lot more to say about this. It could be maybe pressure, maybe he knows something might happen if he changes his mind. Maybe he knows that things will kick off in Britain if he changes his mind and supports the war. That's why he needed to come out yesterday and made the big speech. Actually, it's 5-minute long speech I'm going to play to you of him literally just saying, hey, I promise I'm not going to get involved. I am with you. All right, folks. Watch this long speech from Prime Minister Keir Starmer. You and I, we're going to have to sit here and we're going to have to put up with this and listen to it. Listen to every single word of it. Of every single word is like just him saying, I am still with you. Please don't leave me. I promise you. It's like he was trying to gain, like he felt like they were going to turn on him. So he had to come out to say, hey, I'm still with you. It feels like that way. That's the way it feels like. But listen to this, folks. It's important that you listen to this.
And a huge thank you to the APPB tonight, as they always do. It is a real honour to join you this evening in celebrating Iftar and to do it for the second year running. And I know that we won't be alone here. Up and down the country, families and communities have been coming together throughout Ramadan, welcoming neighbours of all faiths and of none, strengthening the bonds of community and decency that unite us all, and reflecting in that moment of pause that Ramadan provides on our responsibilities to one another. It is a time, of course, of great generosity, of service and of celebration too. A celebration of faith and charity, of course, but also of the modern, diverse country that we are, a community of communities, where Muslims are at the forefront of Britain's story. And you see that represented so powerfully here this evening. But of course, this year I know that when we pause, so many people will turn their minds to the Middle East, where, yet again, the situation is grave and is dangerous. I want to reassure everybody here that we're doing everything we can to support British citizens in the Middle East and to bring families and loved ones home. The pictures we see of ordinary people on holiday, in transit, just going about their business in Dubai, Qatar, or wherever they may be, they should not be on the front line of conflict. No civilian should be on the front line of conflict. No civilian. Now, of course, the war in the Middle East did not begin last week. We've seen far too many innocent lives lost, women and children among them. In Gaza, most of all, we must not lose sight of them and the need for peace, justice and security in Palestine and Israel. But on Iran, I want to make clear the UK was not involved in the offensive strikes of the US and Israel, and that remains the case. As many of you will know,
this is what
never
I brought him to
supported
say.
Iraq
This is
war in
what I think. This is the reason why he went to talk to them. He wanted to make his stance very clear. He went there to tell them, "Hey, don't believe the rumors. I am not involved. I will not get involved. My allegiance is to you." And they clapped. They freaking clapped. They're like, "Yeah, finally, this guy's still with us." And yeah, I kind of understand why Prime Minister Keir Starmer is worried, because he knows if Britain gets involved, that's it. That is freaking it. Because the amount of Muslims who will kick off, oh man, it's gonna make 7/7 look like a cakewalk. And yeah, that's very insensitive for myself to say that. Very insensitive. But given the amount of people who we have in the country compared to 2007, well, that's why I said that. Because it's the crazy stuff that's gonna happen, man. Just like it happened in 2017 during the Syrian civil war, where we seen the Manchester bombing took place. Something like that might happen too, because all the Islamists will be upset. And I understand why Keir Starmer has to go out there and make these promises and make these pledges to the Muslims, and also so it can basically calm the water. Hey, slow down. I did not get involved. All right. I am still your friend. This is the situation where we're in, folks.
I'm determined that we learn and follow the lessons today. However, Iran has attacked countries like us, who played no role, and many countries across the Middle East. They have made no distinction. The attacks are indiscriminate. And so what we're now doing is allowing our bases to be used for the defensive purposes of preventing those attacks and protecting innocent lives. Because that is what we need to do to support our Middle Eastern allies who have asked us for support. And that is how we protect British civilians caught in the crossfires. Sadly, I have to say something else. We're reaching out to Muslim and Jewish community groups. We are making sure that sites across the country, including places of worship, have security in place. I'm pleased to do that. I'm sad that we have to do that. Because reverberations from events like these always come out. And they're exploited by people in this country who want to sow division. And frankly, people who want to target Muslims because they are Muslims. In recent years, we've seen this kind of hostility to Muslims increase, not just in its frequency, but in its very confidence as well. I remember visiting Peacehaven Mosque in Brighton shortly after the awful attack there last year. I went there to express my solidarity, to talk to the victims and the communities. And I was really touched by the defiance of the community there and all communities there who stood with the mosque. But it shouldn't have been like that. It should not have been like that. So let me be crystal clear. I will always stand firmly against anti-Muslim hatred in all its forms. I will root out Islamophobia, I will challenge it, and my government will match those words with the action that they deserve. And that's why last week we announced up to £40 million in funding for security of mosques and Islamist schools. And it's why I will fight with every breath I have to root out the hatred that seeks to divide us.
Yeah, that's the speech. That's the speech Prime Minister Keir Starmer gave last night to obviously the Muslim during the Iftar, the big Iftar event that took place that you and I were not aware of, but obviously it happened. Now, not just Keir Starmer, but many people also tuned in as well, including West Treaty. I want to show you his speech. And he was targeting racists, I guess. He was talking about racism. His West Treaty speech. Listen to this, folks.
In recent days is age-old racism that I thought we had consigned to the 1970s and the 1980s. Basically saying that if you don't look like me, even if you were born here, you can't really be British. That is just about the most un-British thing I can think of. How dare people in this country fly our country's flag, whether it's the St George's flag of England or the Union flag of the United Kingdom, and say that that flag belongs to people who look like me, but not people who look like the Home Secretary of our country, the Mayor of this city, or many people here this evening. All of us.
Yeah, so I guess he was targeting the racism in the country. All right, it sounds well when you go to obviously to a group and speak to a lot of brown skinned people, and then you target you start calling out racism. They always feel like you're with them and all this sort of thing, even though there might not be racism around. But they still feel like, yeah, you're with them. It's like another way of pledging like allegiance and say, hey, I am with you. Hold my hand. I'm going to protect you with all means necessary. And I think it looks like the whole Labour Party, since Prime Minister Keir Starmer is able to go and do it, so of course West Street is going to follow suit as well. Many other people have done similar stuff. Obviously, I've exposed the video here on the channel where we've seen Rachel Reeves going into the mosque and being schooled in a sense and being told what to do. It's like, what do you mean you're receiving order in the mosque? What the fuck are you doing? That video came out. It's on the channel right now. Obviously, of course, we don't have to talk about Angela Rayner because we know she's heavily, for the reason why she became an MP was because of the Gaza ticket. Many of our Labour Party MPs because the Gaza ticket, and obviously they're losing that stance now. They are losing the Gaza ticket because, of course, the Green Party has now competed and won. The Green Party have took that Gaza ticket away from them. So they are fighting really hard to keep that support coming. So that including going here and giving these big speeches. And folks, it looks like they're going to try to give more to the Muslims because now they're competing with the Green Party, folks. The Green Party is giving a lot. And the Keir Starmer looks, the Muslims are thinking, oh, Keir Starmer is not giving enough. So let's obviously support the Green Party. So you're gonna see a lot of allegiance. You're gonna see a lot of things will be given to them from Prime Minister Keir Starmer to pull back that support that they lost during the Denton and Gotten general election. By-election. Sorry. You're gonna see a lot of that. So brace yourself for an impact on that side. It's gonna look very. It's gonna look one-sided support from Prime Minister Keir Starmer. I want to show you this video as well. This video kind of captured my attention. While Keir Starmer was giving hugs and kisses, there was a music that was being played around, which a lot of people are very, very critical about, saying this is not what Britain should look like. Listen to this music, folks. Let me know what you think. Just let me know what you think. And no commentary on this. I just want to play on this video.
حي على الصلاة
Thank you for your wonderful.
حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر
Everybody's smiling, folks. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of that? I don't know. A lot of people are saying a lot of crazy stuff on X about this little sound, this little 50-minute video, 50-second video. What do you guys think? This one is making a lot of round on X. But yeah, Prime Minister has picked a side. He's picked a side and he's made his allegiance publicly now. He's pledged his allegiance publicly to the Muslims, and obviously he's doing everything possible to keep that support flowing from them, including going and speak for them publicly too. Now, yesterday, Donald Trump unleashed so much rage, so much, I would say, oh man, so much anger towards Prime Minister Keir Starmer. I want you to watch this video. And to some extent, the criticism is warranted, given the last couple, what Keir Starmer has been saying and doing the last couple months on how, what's the word, uncooperative Keir Starmer has been towards the allies, especially America. Now, Donald Trump has this what should I say? He's a tough man, I should say. He does what needs to be done. However way he wants to do it, he just does it. Sometimes that includes breaking international laws. Sometimes that includes breaking stuff and moving fast and just breaking stuff and moving fast. Now, Keir Starmer, or our leaders here in the UK, they're not used to that. They're used to doing the talks, doing the round, negotiating, 2 years of negotiating, 5 years of going back and forth, 10 years of doing all these things. And in a time where you need quick decision, things to move fast, you can't have 5-10 years of negotiating. And of course, Prime Minister Keir Starmer is used to going back and forth, all these international law, follow this and follow this. But Trump likes to just do it quick. Doesn't need congressional approval. He just does it quick. And Keir Starmer is not used to making fast decision. Well, obviously he makes fast decision according, to some stuff that he wants, to some group that he pleased. Now listen to this. Trump went all out yesterday on Keir Starmer. Listen to this, folks.
And so has UK. Now, the second one is shocking, but this is not the age of Churchill. I will say the UK has been very, very uncooperative with that. Immigration is horrible. You have
Oh, the
North
video was
Sea.
muted. Sorry, the video was muted. Sorry.
And so
Start this again.
UK. Now the second one is, and so has UK. Now the second one is shocking, but this is not the age of Churchill. I will say the UK has been very, very uncooperative with that stupid island that they have, that they gave away and took a 100-year lease, having to do with perhaps indigenous people claiming the island that never even saw the island before. What's that all about? And they ruin relationships. It's a shame. It's and that country, UK, and I love that country. I love it. My mother was born there. I love it. My mother was born there. My father was born. Right? He knows all about my father. My father was born there. So, you know, very places that you sort of automatically very feel warmly about. But the UK, what they're doing with energy and what they're doing with immigration is horrible. You have the North Sea. Somebody said yesterday, what?
Yeah, that's what Trump says. He unleash is on obviously on Keir Starmer. He says this is not the time of Churchill. He says he's not happy with how uncooperative the United Kingdom has been towards him and his plan. So even the Americans, they feel like Keir Starmer has obviously sidelined them. Even the Americans. We used to call them our greatest ally. I guess Keir Starmer has created other friends. Has created pacts with other friends. And he doesn't want to break it. He doesn't want to break it. And we know whose friends are. Maybe perhaps Keir Starmer is scared because he knows his friends will be angry if he joins this war. He knows his friends who he has, publicly pledged allegiance to will be angry if Keir Starmer was to come out and said we are going to war with Iran. Now here's why Keir Starmer is scared. The inevitable is about to happen today. As I speak today, there's mass protest planned around the country. And that is to go mourn this guy. Look at this. This is a poster. This is happening today in Greater Manchester. The Friends of Islamic Center of Manchester invites you to a candlelight vigil for the late Supreme Leader Ayatollah Sayyid Ali Hussein Khamenei. So now there's going to be hundreds of Muslim young men, young boys, young girls, mothers and fathers, grandmas and grandpas will be coming out to mourn candlelight this individual. And this is not just happening in Manchester. This is happening in Leeds. It's happening in Birmingham. It's happening in London, of course. It's happening across the country. There's also some stories that is happening in Glasgow. I don't know. I can't confirm. I don't know yet. Some people are saying it's happening in Glasgow. I'm not sure. But all I know is that it's happening in Leeds, Manchester, Birmingham, and London. This is huge. Maybe that's why Keir Starmer does not want to join the war, because he knows his good friends will not clap for him anymore. His good friend will be angry if he makes this decision. Now, last weekend, there was a lot of protests. Look at this. This is the pro-IRGC. This is a flash demonstration. This was not planned. They turned up, but they still managed to turn up in their hundreds. Imagine this one that is being planned for a couple of days. Yeah, it looks like there'll be a lot more people than just a couple hundred. Now, this one was London. Listen to this, folks. You can see the amount of people who turned up, including the deputy leader of Green Party, Muffin Ali. But watch this. Yeah, so this was this weekend. I believe this Sunday it was. The Sunday that just passed. But you have to know this was not planned. This was a flash demonstration. Now, if you see the picture on the black picture here, this has been planned 6 days. Sorry, it was planned. It was announced on Monday. It was announced on Monday, so meaning they had a couple days to. People had a couple days to plan their trips. And it's going to happen tonight at 8 p.m. People will turn up in their hundreds or thousands to come and light up the candle for this individual. This is the same individual who chant death, death to the United Kingdom. And the candles will be lit for him. Look at this speech that he gave in Iran, and you got the people chanting death to America, death to Israel, and death to United Kingdom. The same individual, the people in this country will be crying for. It's like, what is going on? It just hurts your head, doesn't it? Let's play this. Listen to this, folks. I'll read the subtitles. Yeah, this is the individual that people will be crying for, who led hundreds of people on the street, thousands of people on the street, and they were chanting death to Israel, death to America, death to United Kingdom. And yet, there will be individual in the country mourning, crying for him, folks. And that will be taking place in Greater Manchester today at 8 p.m. 8 freaking p.m. Now, I also want to play this video to you. This was this also happened on Sunday, where hundreds of people took it to the street, mourning for him. Watch this. Yeah, that is what we're dealing with here, folks. That is what we are dealing with. So tonight, brace yourself for an impact. Tonight, if you're from Manchester, brace yourself for a huge impact. Because this has been planned for a couple of days. So expect a big shock. Expect a shockwave. Expect, I don't know. I don't want to say, I hope not, but expect a clash. Because I know the pro-IRGC people will be upset, will be angry, will be easily agitated. And if the pro-monarchist or the pro-Rajah Pahlavi comes out as well to counter-demonstrate, I hope they do not clash. I hope they do not clash. Because if they do, folks, well, I don't know. I hope they do not. I hope they do not clash, folks. But this is the situation that we're in. And I think We're gonna have to, see how it goes. We're just gonna have to see how it goes. And of course, Keir Starmer has pledged his allegiance publicly to the Muslims, and they're clapping for him, and he doesn't want them to stop clapping. He wants the claps to continue, so of course, he's gonna go deeper and deeper and deeper. Now, new reports have come out that the United Kingdom is bracing itself for more refugees. Yeah, from Iran. And we know who will be running from Iran. I don't think the people who are being killed, slaughtered, will be running away, because it's about they're ready to get the country back. So running away is not an option here now. But we know who's gonna be running away. The people who are being targeted, the people who are being bombed, they're the ones that's gonna run away, and that is the IRGC members. That is the pro IRGC, the pro-Islamic Republic. Those people are the ones who will be seeking refuge. And guess which country is probably next to... Guess which country is obviously next to Iran to claim them as refugee? Well, United Kingdom, I guess. Of course, obviously, when you look at the map, they got Syria, they got Iraq, they got Turkey, they got Russia. They got all these countries, maybe Pakistan too. But no, Britain is the nearest country they can flee in. And Britain is bracing itself for more refugees coming specifically from Iran. Yeah, folks. It's important. It's important I tell you that. So the more chaotic it gets over there, the more people will flee. Now, I don't like wars. I think sometimes wars are driven by personal ambitions. Sometimes war are driven by leaders who just want to have something for the belt, having something to say that they did, so they can write a book and become bestsellers. We've seen it by Tony Blair. He became an ultimate big millionaire. I don't know how he's not a billionaire. I think Tony Blair is probably a billionaire. We'll never know. So wars are never really for the country. They just fought because some leaders just want to fight. And I don't like them necessarily. I don't know how credible this one really is. It could be, maybe it is for the Iranian people. But given and seeing everything that Trump and everybody else has been saying, it looks like it's not just for the Iranian people. It looks like it's driven by something else. We'll never know. I guess time will tell. But reports are coming in, very shocking reports. Very sad that we're living in a country where United Kingdom has been bombed as well. In our bases in Cyprus has been bombed by Iran. And guess what our leaders say? Our leaders say, please, Iran, stop bombing us. That's literally what the European Unions are saying. Iran, stop bombing us. Well, you really think they're just going to be like, oh, sorry, we're going to stop right now? Really? Is that what you think? Of course not. The bombing will continue. And the crazy thing is, the thing that I'm really, really scared about is that Iran has missiles that can hit. Yeah, that can hit the homeland. That's what I'm saying. Iran has issued warning saying if the West continues, or if we support United States and Iran and all these other countries, if we support United States and Israel, Iran will also start hitting our, we'll be throwing launches, we'll be throwing missiles here in the United Kingdom, France, Belgium, Portugal, Spain, and all the EU countries. So I'm telling you what they've said. It's important to see what the West media is saying, and also it's important to see what the Iranian people are saying, the Iranian state media is saying. Because they are also fighting. We can't say, oh yeah, they're lying. Well, because guess what? They are throwing missiles, and some of them are hitting through. A lot of people have been killed in Israel. A lot of people, so far, over 700 people have died from both sides. Of course, Iran has, more people have died over there, but 700 people have died. And Trump says this war will continue for as long as he wants. Well, he says 5 weeks, but he says he has all the equipments to go on forever. So how long will it go? Will it be another Afghanistan stuff where it's gonna go on for 20 years? I don't know, folks. Something is telling me here, if this is for the Iranian people, they gotta make it quick. If it's not, I don't know. It's gonna be a deadly one. Because Iran is not Afghanistan. Iran is 3 times bigger than Afghanistan. 3 times bigger than Afghanistan. So, it could be 3 times bloodier than Afghanistan. And reports are coming in by CNN saying that United States is arming the Kurdish people. It's arming the Kurdish people. And by the way, this is the example. This is what you have to know. Whenever we went in the Middle East, the Kurds were always there to help us out. During the Iraq-Iran war, the Kurds were there to help us out, which obviously, Saddam Hussein chemically wiped them out. So Saddam Hussein led a genocide. Literally, that destroyed a lot of Kurds, killed over 200,000 Kurds in one couple weeks, just wiped them out with chemical weapons because the Kurds were fighting for us. During 9/11, 2003, the illegal invasion, guess who was there to help? The Kurds. And they got wiped out too hard. And every single time the Kurds help us, we never really help them too. We just leave them. Whenever they come help us, we're like, yeah, it's okay. Thank you for helping. No country for you. It's very sad, but I feel like the Kurds have poured up so much help for the West. The Kurds have done so much for the West, but the West never really do anything for them. The Kurds had a country. It was called Kurdistan. The country does not exist. You want to know why? Because Britain went out there. Instead of Britain drawing a border around them, Britain drew a border between, split them up, and forgot them. And of course, Turkey has a lot of that land. Syria has a lot of that land. Iraq has a lot of that land, including, of course, Iran has a lot of that land. Now, every single time when there is a battle, we always go to that country that has something to ask. And we're like, hey, could you fight for us? We might help you. They fight and we leave them. Today, the Kurds are ready to still fight. So this indicates, it just shows that every single time when we went there and it was going to be bloody, we used these guys. And guess what? We're about to use them now. So guess what? It's going to be bloody. And I think this is my honest opinion here. Most of you guys might disagree with this, but it's important I share it to you. You might also have something to add on to it. I think killing the Ayatollah Ali Khomeini was probably a mistake. Because now what they have done is they've made this guy a martyr. Obviously not a martyr to us, but a martyr to the Muslims. And as you already know, whenever somebody is killed and labeled as a martyr, a lot of Muslims are enraged. They come out hard, like they are trying to come out tonight in Manchester, because they see their leader being martyred, right? The word martyred is really, it's like you know how we label stuff as a terrorist attack? When we label something a terrorist attack, the force, the system comes down on that terrorist. Because of course, once you label something terrorist, everything that we have goes direct into that. Now, I think when you kill somebody and you label them a martyr in Islam, it's like their version of pouring all the energy to support the martyr. And I think killing the Ayatollah Ali Khomeini was a big mistake, because now what you have is that all these guys are radicalized to max. And now all you have is IRGC making decisions. And you know what the IRGC stand is? Basically a revolutionary guard. And he's going to try to mobilize a lot of young people to die for them. And this is going to be a bloody one. And if we get the Kurds fighting for the West over there, it's going to be a huge civil war. And this is going to be the biggest civil war we're going to see in modern time, because this is not freaking Syria. Syria has a population of 30 million people. Iraq has a population of 33 million people. Iran has a population of 92 or 91 million people. That is a lot of people, folks. And if we get a civil war over there where we have a fraction of pro-monarchists fighting, and we have a fraction of MAK fighting, and we have a fraction of the Kurds fighting, then we have a fraction of the IRGC fighting, bro, that is going to be a bloody one, folks. And I'm sure Hezbollah will probably send these people there. This is going to be, it's going to make the Syrian civil war look like a cakewalk. Because now there's more weapons. Before, civil wars back then used to be fought with, guns and stuff. But nowadays, they have drones now. They have drones where they can launch and kill hundreds of people at once. And these are just rogue little group like Hezbollah. Look at the missiles that they have. ISIS has drones now. Or, Al-Qaeda has drones now. All these groups also have drones. So they don't have to travel there. They can just launch it. And their drones is cheap. Just to launch. They don't care. It's just, some drones are like just made at home. Made at home. Put some powder there. Put some powder so whenever it collides, it blows up. And they will just launch it. And this is the problem that we have. And you want to know the crazy thing is that if there is a civil war over there, huge one, guess what you will see here? You'll see the Kurds taking it out the street. Just like we did a month ago. When the Kurds and the Syrians were fighting over there, they also started fighting here. So that might happen here too. Over 30 people died in Pakistan. Why? Because they wanted to go and destroy the embassies, the US embassy in Pakistan. And of course, some of them turned out with guns and started shooting around, and a couple people died. We reported here last week, 2 days ago. That is in Pakistan. Now, there is a lot of Pakistanis here who sympathize with Ali Khamenei, and they're going to take it to the street tonight. And there's a lot of Iranians here who, of course, do not like the IRGC. I understand. Rightfully so, they do not like it. They might counter-protest this as well. Who goes to say that it will be peaceful? Who goes to say it only takes one guy to kick one other guy and that's it? That is freaking it. And I'm not here fear-mongering. I'm just looking at the history. I'm thinking, hey, actually, hold on, slow down. We've seen this one before. Are we going to have a 7/7 attack again? Are we going to have 2017 Manchester bombing again? Because it looks like that's where we're going. And it's important to call it out. It's important to call it out. This broadcast was nothing to do with this. But if we're talking about Islamists in the country, well, it looks like they're going to be emboldened by things that happen abroad. And it's important we call it out. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about this? Folks, I don't know about this one, bro. I don't know about this one. Somebody just said, watch out for stupid drivers. Yep, there's going to be a lot of that. You're going to be protesting and somebody's going to hit their cars into the protesters. How many times have we seen that? Hundreds of times the past 5 years or even 2 years. Almost every single Christmas around the Western country, that happens. Now, since you've killed their leader and they're calling it a martyr, guess what? Young man will be radicalized to the max. And I pray to God, nothing happens to this land. I really do. because we got ourselves, we found ourselves in a pickle. I have to say, we are in a situation where whatever we do, we're gonna be impacted. Even if we stay neutral, we're gonna be impacted. Even if we don't send our warships to help, even if we don't send our Typhoon jets to help, even if we don't do anything, we are still gonna be impacted. Because if Israel does something and kills a lot of people, a lot of IRGC members over there, the pro-IRGC people here will take it to the street. It's like, fuck, man, damn it. But yeah, I see a lot of people have an appetite for war. I don't think you guys have ever lived in a war. I don't think you guys have seen war. I haven't, but I know the stories that my parents have went through when a civil war broke out in Democratic Republic of Congo. They tell me stories. They tell me uncles showing me the bullet wound. I'm thinking, oh shit, this is real. Yeah, they're like, Barack, look at this. They're like, Barack, look at this. I'm like, damn, you got shot? Yeah, I did. That's how dangerous a civil war really is, where everyone and anyone is shooting anything that they see. Sometimes they'll shoot you because you don't speak their language. That's how civil war really is. You might be in their side, but they might misread the communication and shoot you. That is how civil war really is. And I see a lot of people in the West who are like, bomb them, let's go. It's like, yo, do you really understand what will happen, bro? Like, do you know? And I kind of, I understand, yeah, bomb them, okay, but what will happen after that? Because they're going to bomb back, right? They're going to throw something back. I know they got cheap missiles, but those missiles are causing a lot of trouble, folks. Those missiles are destroying a lot of stuff in Israel. Those missiles are destroying, they're killing a lot of people as well. Look at UAE countries right now. Look at the Gulf countries right now. They are in shambles. Look at the oil prices. They've been forced to shut their oil refinery. That is huge. So whenever you say bomb them, they're going to bomb back. So you have to know that they're going to hit back. And that's chaotic right there. And we have to understand that the importance or maybe the outcome of it. And all I see, the outcome is just blood. That's all I see. The outcome is just blood. And it's not going to help anyone. Because the IRGC will not go down lightly, folks. Those guys, whenever they call themselves a martyr, once they call themselves martyrs, that's when you need to know they are not going down lightly. Yeah, somebody says, Barack, you seem you don't know war, Barack. Grew up in the UK, grew up in nice England. Maybe that's right. I grew up in England where you don't see people walking around with guns. You never really see a gun, really, unless, now you do, because obviously we have a lot of terrorism take place here now. We have to arm our police officers. We grew up here where we don't see anything, no danger, nothing. But when it kicks off, that's when you're going to know war is not good. War is... Ask the people in Sudan. Tell them. Ask them. How is war like? You want to know how the Sudan war has been going on? It's been going on for almost 5 years now. People are dying almost every freaking day. Over 10 million plus people have been forced to run away from their country, from their house, from their country. They are scattered everywhere. The country is about to be divided again. And I fear that might happen in Iran too. And Iran, compared to Sudan, is a huge, big country with millions of people in it. And if that was to happen, there's a lot of different groups who wants power. And if all of them are given weapons, they're going to fight to the very end. And it's going to be bloody as fuck. And it's important somebody needs to come out and say, actually, bro, let's get back using the pen. Let's write something that we can all agree on and let's just sign so we don't have to kill each other. Because, hey, a lot of people will die. A lot of people will die, and we all know who's benefiting from this. It's the Peters, the Lockheed Martin, the war, the weapon manufacturing companies. All these guys are benefiting from this. Prices will go up. You and I will be forced to pay the high amount for something that we never think about whenever we get. We're going to feel the pain. And it's not fair for anyone on that side. Israelis, I see the video of them running in the bunkers. They're meant to be celebrating something. I don't know what it was that they're meant to be celebrating. But they're meant to be celebrating something, but they're forced to run in the bunkers. And I'm sure the same thing for the normal, average Iranian person over there. After being butchered in the protest in January, now they're forced to run away, hide away, because bombs are going back and forth. Same thing for the people in the Gulf countries. They can't enjoy themselves. And all this for what? I hope the outcome, I hope Trump knows what he's doing. I really do pray that Trump knows what he's doing, because if he doesn't get it, if Trump doesn't get this sweep win, it's going to be a bloody one. It's going to be a loss for everyone. And that is not looking good, folks. I'm going to end on that. This video wasn't meant to be like this. But let me just red pill you guys for a bit. I'll end on that, folks. Hold on. All right, great stuff, folks. I got to go now. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be live today. Do you guys want me to continue on this? I can do more stories. I can tell you what China is doing. I can tell you what they're doing. That reports are coming in that only Chinese warships are allowed to get into the Strait of Hormuz. So that means maybe China won't be impacted, but every other economy might be. But I'm not sure. I don't know. But that's reports that are coming in. So there's a lot of propaganda. A lot of people are saying this and saying that. So you can never trust anyone during war. There's a lot of AI videos that's been pumped out, which you look at it, you're thinking, hey, this country is definitely winning. But you're like, hey, it's AI videos. Like, whoa. So the front line of information war definitely needs to come back up. This is the front line of information war. We definitely need to come back up. So, yeah. Barack taking like a Muslim, not good. What do you mean Barack talk? Do you mean Barack talking like a Muslim? Is it because I don't want war? Is it because I don't want people to die? I don't think any Muslim talk like this, no. I'm talking like a human being. I just don't want people to die. I don't want normal Iranian people who are protesting to die. I don't want Israelis who are dancing around and doing their normal stuff to die. I do not want that. And I also do not want normal average Iranians who just want to live, feed their family, feed their daughter to die. Because my parents came from a country that were in civil war, and the civil war still continues today. People are still dying today. And they know how many people died. They had to flee their house in the nighttime because a war broke out. So I know. Well, I've never lived in one. Maybe because I grew up in Britain, it's all peaceful here. Why? Used to be. Still peaceful, relatively, it's still peaceful compared to other countries. And of course, it's a bit rich. I know. It's a little bit arrogant. But it's still something we need to talk about. Because since we've never lived in one, I've never lived in a war-torn country, in a war zone. Because my parents ran away when he broke out. Very bluntly, I have to say. And I do not want Britain to become like that too. Because we have a lot of groups of people I know, not that I know of, but if something was to happen in the Middle East very bad, If a lot of people were to be dead, I know some people will take action here in the UK, and we're gonna see something bad that will happen. You think stabbing in the street is bad? Well, when the Civil War broke out, I don't want it. I do not want it. But if it was to happen, yeah, it's gonna be really bad, folks. So somebody said this man is a traitor and coward. All right, bro. You can. Oh, are they talking? What are you talking? Hey, what are you talking about? This man's a traitor and coward. Is there a thing that I meant to say when I come live? Could you tell me what's the script I have to go by when I come live, so you don't call me a traitor? I want to know, what is the script here? Somebody says, what's your answer to the violence against us then, bro? Please tell me. Do you want to call in? All right, let me open the chat. Hey, I can't be going back and forth with you because obviously I can say a lot more than you can write. Could you call in? I'm going to open the phone line. You, the person who's accusing me of being a traitor, call in right now. The phone line is open, okay? The phone line is open. Call me right now and say what you just said. Let's have a back and forth discussion here. The phone line is open. I just want this one person to call in. Call in right now. Did this guy just join the live stream right now? I think maybe he just joined right now, so obviously he doesn't understand what we were talking about. But I would like him to call in. True founder, I've been live for. I opened the phone line. I want him to call me and just call, tell me how am I a traitor? How am I a traitor? So we can have a back and forth discussion. No, I just want this one. Where did he go? What's his name? Sorry. Let me go find him. Oh God, these chats are moving so far. 2 seconds. Standing on the word. Standing on the word. I want you to call. Just you. The phone line is open. I want standing on the word to call. Standing _on_the_word. I want you to call in, bro. I want you to call in. I want you to tell me how am I a traitor. I would like to know that. Is there a script that I need to read out whenever I come on the show? So then you can agree with everything I say. So you can say, oh, approved. Message approved today, Barack. Well done. Is there a script? I would like you to call in so we can go back and forth. I would like you to call in so we can talk. The phone line is open. You can call me on WhatsApp as well. The phone line is free. So you can call on WhatsApp as well. Here's the phone line. It's open. Stand on word. So somebody said, look how you so stand on word as said. This is what he's saying. Actually, let me just put this on the screen. So we can just. So this is what he said. So everybody else can read this. It's gonna be on the screen for 9 seconds. I don't know why he does that. So he says, let me just read this out loud. Look how you've reacted to a person calling you a traitor. You want to confront him. Dare? What the fuck? You're accusing me of being a traitor to a country that I love. Of course I want to confront you. Dare? What the fuck? What is going on with you? So you're saying I'm a traitor, but you do not want me to confront you. What? Then he carries on. So when somebody comes out at you with a gun or other aggression, how will you react? So I I want you to call in and say you're a traitor. Explain to me how I'm a traitor. Then we'll go back and forth. Maybe you didn't understand my position on this. Just call in and we can have a normal discussion. You and I will go back and forth. We don't need to fight. I didn't call you a name. I've not insulted you. But you've accused me of being a traitor to the land that I love. Could you call in and say, Barack, you're a traitor because of this and this and this? Then I'll be like, oh, actually, you got that wrong because I didn't mean it like this. I meant it like this. Then we'll shake hands and we'll be like, all right, my friend. All right. Okay? But you're not just going to call me a traitor and walk away. Because this is a land I love. So the phone line is open. You can call on WhatsApp, it's for free. Or you can just call, if you're in the UK, you can just call a normal call and we'll just have a normal discussion, folks. Instead of writing. This is the reason why we opened up the phone line. The line is open, folks. And I've not received any missed calls. And if you do call in, I'll call you back. If I do miss your phone, I'll call you back. Oh God. All right, never mind then. So you said something. All right, cool. All right, we're just gonna ignore you then, right? Because you made a statement, now you want to take it back, so it's fine. Whoever's what, so he says, I don't call in because it's not my way. Who called you a traitor? Question mark. I'm not calling a traitor. What? This is confusing. Yes, it is confusing. I'm confused as well. I literally just read your name calling me a traitor. Now you're saying, should I just put this on the screen, folks? Let me try find your comments before YouTube, because YouTube deletes comments when it goes too far up. So let me try go before too many comments come around. So let's see. Let's see. All right, there it is. I think I'm finding it. There we go. Oh shit, where's the comment gone? Hey, if you could oh God, I think I've lost this comment. Fuck, did he delete the comment? I hope not. Let me try find this before it's gone, so I can put it on the screen. 2 seconds, folks. Oh God. All right, somewhere here. Let me go slow. All right, so he said, let me find where he called me a traitor. He said he accused me of talking like a Muslim. That's one. So it says, oh God, I hope this. All right, I can't find this comment, but he accused me of being a traitor. I think he delete that one. Because now, obviously, he's just talking back. He's just taking it back from what he just said now. I'm not offended, bro. I'm not offended. This is why we have anybody. You can say anyone, but have the right to defend. Yeah, he's entitled to his opinion, of course. But if you say something, just know I'm going to say, don't accuse me of being a traitor. Yeah, of course I'm going to react. You're accusing me of being a traitor to this land, bro. Of course I'm going to react. What the fuck? Of course I'm going to react. If somebody comes to you and say, oh, you don't love your mom, of course you can be like, what the fuck you talking about, bro? I literally just don't know. You know, I'm doing all this for my mom, you know? But when you accuse somebody of being a traitor, you expect them to respond, right? He never called you a traitor. Wait, somebody said he never called you. End of this story. Yeah, all right. But he didn't want to call in. All right, just make sure if you're going to accuse me of doing something. If you're going to accuse me of doing something. Hey, True Founder, could you find this comment, please? I did not. I know I read that right. True Finder, if you're in the chat, could you find this comment, please? I'm sure some people got to see it as well. If you did not delete it, if you did not delete it, I'm sure. Actually, all right, there. Okay. Look at this. Wow. All right. Okay. We're gonna move on. All right, somebody else can call the line then. Actually, no, the line was open just for him, but he didn't want to call in. He accused me of being a traitor. He didn't want to call in. All right, folks. All right, okay. If I'm accusing you for stuff you haven't said, how about you call in now? Because now you want to defend. If let's say I was wrong, let's say you didn't say anything, I'm sure True Finder will find it. If you do, True Finder, if you find it, just take a screenshot of it and email me. But if you call somebody a traitor, you gotta be ready to defend it, folks. Now look, I'm talking about the war in Iran. If it gets worse, we're gonna be impacted. I don't want us to be impacted. Iran just made an issue yesterday saying they have missiles that can hit Britain. Do we even have an Iron Dome? Do we have enough missiles to intercept their little drones? What do we have a shelter here? Do you think we're like the Israelis? They have shelters almost every single 20 meters. Maybe I could be wrong on that. But they have shelters. They have bunkers. Do we have that? We're going to somehow try to reuse the bunkers that, some people used during the World War. Of course, we don't want to be impacted. Not only that, we have people here in this country who will side with the Ayatollah. So we should be very careful. That's what my stance really is. And if you want to call me a traitor for not saying, hey, bomb them, I'm sorry, bro. That's your opinion. All right, folks, we're going to come back in later on. We'll be live. I'm meant to be off. Bro, this live meant to be 20 seconds. I think I dragged it for too long. I think I dragged this live for too long. I'll be back on. If you guys want to carry on this conversation, maybe I misunderstood you, bro. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. But either way, you have your opinion. You can say whatever you want. I can also say whatever I want. This is a free speech platform. I know YouTube wants to change that rapidly. But as far as I'm concerned right now, as far as I know, we still have a little bit of a free speech here. Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was. But anyways, we can all agree Keir Starmer is a traitor. If it was directed at Keir Starmer, I understand. But if anyone is out there trying to call me a traitor, I would like them to come on the show and we can actually have a little friendly debate on why you think so. Friendly debate for sure. But thank you so much for all that, for all you guys who have tuned in. I'll be live today again. I'll come back. Right, so, okay, let me address something. Okay, all right, let me address something. True Finder, Candy, and many other people who have been involved in fighting each other in the chat, could you please stop? True Finder is our moderator. Jenny is our moderator. They do a really good job, folks. So if you are here, please, let's stop attacking each other. Let's focus on the show. Let's focus on what we got to do here on the show. Because fighting doesn't get us anywhere. We share the same belief to some degrees. We share the same common enemy. We share the same values, I have to say. I hope so. We have a lot in common. We might disagree with some of our approach into certain stuff, but fighting does not fix anything, especially fighting with moderators. They're putting a lot of energy to moderate the chat to make sure it's smooth. So please respect them. And let's say you went to fight somewhere else. Let's say you went to another channel and you guys had a little back and forth. Keep it over there. Don't bring it here. That includes everyone. If you guys had a fight in one channel and you guys went on and you're here and you see each other here again, please, let's not fight here. This is not, we want to focus on what we have to present and what we have to tell the world. And fighting in a comment distract us from doing that. So please stop fighting, because it distracts me as a creator, focusing on creating and giving you the information. When I see people fighting in the chat, and this has been so I've been knowledge that this has been going on for a week now. Almost every single live stream now, people are fighting in the chat, and it's the same individuals. Please chill out, or just ignore each other. Ignore each other, please. All right? If somebody says something about you, you can just ignore and move on, because the chat will keep going up. You won't see it anymore. That's it. It's done. And if they keep attacking you and attacking you and attacking you multiple time, to the point where you're like, my God, something needs to be done, you come to me. And then we're going to do something about it. We're going to put him on a timeout. We're going to do something. Or maybe you go to the moderator, you're like, hey, moderator, this guy's attacking me constantly. But the moment you guys start fighting each other back and forth, it's like, it distracts me, and it distracts other viewers who are trying to tune into the show. Because now there's another thing going on in the chat. So please, I've heard everything. I've been informed about everything. I just want the fight to stop. I just want the fight to stop. Just stop it. Everyone. This person, just drop your knife down. Drop your weapons down. Let's just keep watching the show and enjoy it. Yeah, I know some of you guys are confused why they're arguing or why they're fighting in the chat. This is not reason to explain, because it's stopped now. It's done now. It's finished. No more fighting in the chat, okay? And no more explaining why we're fighting, because the fight is done, all right? It's done. We're meant to move on. We don't want new people to come in and be informed about the fight, and then they start joining the side. They start picking a side to defend and continue the fight. We want the fight to stop. That's why I'm out. Let's stop fighting. We got a country to save, folks. We got a country to save. And also, respect our moderators. They do a lot of good job here. They do good jobs. They do good. They help us. They help us keep the channel going and smooth. They really do help us a lot. So please try not to disrespect them, because if you disrespect our moderators, they have a little bit of authority to kick you out. And if they do, and if you come out to me and explain to me why you're being kicked out, I'll look at their reason. And if it makes sense, I'm on their side. Because they wouldn't just kick you out for no reason. So please do respect our moderators, and let's stop fighting. Let's just stop fighting, bro. I'm tired of it. We tune in here not to a little bit of we tune in here to get news and have like a sense of belonging in the chat. We can go back and forth. Yes, we can disagree with each other. We can argue with each other. We can go back and forth and stuff. But it shouldn't be vile attacks. It shouldn't be vile, constant, really disrespectful remarks about another. It shouldn't be like that. Unless you're a troll, We're going to find out. We're going to kick you out. If you're here to instigate some stuff, we're going to find out. We're going to kick you out. But respect our moderators. Respect our moderators. That is one of the things. Respect our moderators and stop fighting. All of you guys. Whew, that needed to come out. But folks, thank you so much for tuning in. This meant to be a 20-minute live. Now we've been going for 1 hour and 14. All right, folks. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Thank you so much. Cheers. 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 All right, I'll be live at 4 o'clock today. No guest today, but we're going to try to get a guest tomorrow. I don't know. It could be a guy from Restore Britain. So we're going to have a good interaction there. Actually, let's see how the response like. So maybe I might. Should we try game today? I'm gonna try to pull something. Maybe we might game on today, but we'll see how it goes. But tomorrow we're gonna try to get a Restore Britain guy to come and talk to us. We can have a go. You know, we can have a good back and forth, little interaction. It'll be cool. We'll try get somebody this week. And yeah. All right, folks. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Thank you. They tried to erase the signal. They pulled the plug, demonetized, censored, shadow banned. That's what they did to us. But the truth, my friend, will always find the frequency. I call this Operation Airwave Liberation because I'm not just back, I'm broadcasting from ruined. But this time, the airwaves is mine. And this time, it's uncensored. I watched them strip everything that we built. No warning, no explanation, silence, just taking everything away. 300 plus videos, deleted, all gone. And if you think this is about community guidelines, you've not been paying attention. This is a war. This is a digital gulag dressed in a terms of service type of way. They want us gone because we're saying things that they don't like. Maybe we're asking questions because we're curious. They don't like the questions we're asking. Or maybe we refuse to play nice in this echo chamber that we're in. They first hit me with the algorithm. The video is not getting enough views. Then they hit me with the monetization. Well, no money for you. But guess what? They forgot to hit my will. They thought that'll be enough. It's gonna cave and it's gonna run away. But guess what I did? I rebuilt, I rewired, I learned the game behind the curtains and see how they operate. I'm not just back. We're launching Operation Airwave Liberation. No filters, no masters, just signals. The signal they tried to block, but this time is very strong. The wind can't even penetrate through this. This, my friend, isn't just about me. It's about all of us. Every single voice that's been cancelled, clipped and used in the wrong way by the media. From now on moving forward, I'm not just creating content anymore. I'm sorry. I'm building a resistance on camera, off grid and above the algorithm. And if you are watching this, you are the resistance. This channel isn't just a platform. This is a broadcast tower for the truth. I'm glad I'm back.